Alright guys, today we are finally going to do it. We're going to take a look at the mini slash. This is officially not even out yet, so don't worry about asking where I got it, because I'm not going to tell you, but I did get one, and I had this pair from right away. We'll go around quickly, look at the box. This yellow looks sweet. I did end up getting yellow. It's kind of a different color for Traxxas. Here is your different colorways. They have yellow, pink, orange, and green. I almost got green, but I decided on yellow instead. There is a green one on the box. Looks very, very nice. And the specs and stuff. So I believe this is running the same drivetrain as the Mini Maxx was when new. So not too wise of Traxxas to do that, but I'm sure they have their reasons or whatever for doing that. So I don't know. I think a lot of people will be upset. I'm not sure on the website if they put this one as 3S ready, but if they did, I feel sorry for them because everyone's going to rip them apart on it like they did with the Mini Maxx. But just know, guys, I'll tell you straight up, from having the Mini Maxx and how much money I had to put into it, this thing is not coming 3S ready. So I'm going to take everything out and we'll take a look at everything, show you what all you get. So in here, do you get double A's? I don't believe you do. You do not get double A's, but you get your instructions. You get some extra decals, which is very cool. I'll have to look into that because, yeah, they're not on the truck, so you can add those as extras. And you get some clip retainers and things. So first thing, and then you get your radio, just your cheap TQ. Then we have the Mini Maxx slash. And guys, I gotta tell you, this thing actually looks really cool. I'm not even sure how you get the body off it. I haven't watched any videos. Oh, very cool. So just right here on the sides. So you're probably gonna do each side one-handed. Body comes off. There is your body. Very, very nice looking truck, guys. Very, very sweet looking. It is a lot bigger than the Mojave, of course. I would say this is almost like a 1/14th, 1/16th. I would say it's more pushing towards the 1/14th. But just look at how beautiful it is. So the body right now is fully clipped, ain't coming off. I always like Traxxas clipless design. I think honestly they were the first one to kind of do it, and I think they have the nicest setup, being completely honest. So yeah, let's go ahead, let's take the body off. Let's discuss what you're getting under here. Here is your instruction book. Here is your chassis. So I'm sure a lot of things are going to carry over from like the Mini Maxx and the Mini XRT, but there's going to be some things that are different. I'm sure on this your wheelbase may be longer. Something in this chassis is probably stretched a little bit. Looks like it is. If you look here, I don't believe we have that on the Mini Maxx or Mini XRT. And then I will say the wheels feel very, very good. They feel very stiff. Very nice. You get the BL2S system, the BL2S ESC. You know, for a ready to run kit, it's not a bad system. The VXL system, of course, is better. A 3S system is going to be better. It's faster. But other than that, you know what else? I think this is a new mount, motor mount too for this chassis. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. We'll look at that. We're going to look at these in a comparison video. I have all three of them. So we'll take a look at all of them and kind of, yeah. So, but yeah, this is different. Yeah, this chassis is definitely lengthened. Looking at it, I can tell. So, lengthened. here is the bottom. It looks very, very cool. This thing, guys, I'm pretty stoked about this. I'm not a big slash guy. I'm not a big SCT guy, as you guys know. But this truck has given me something to be a little excited about. So I'm not sure. I'll get these extra batteries I were charging. Guys, I was a freaking idiot. And I actually sold my my Traxxas charger. So yeah, that happened, and now I'm realizing I need a Traxxas charger to charge these things. However, we're not going to leave this stock system in here very long, so I'm not going to be super worried about it, but something to kind of think about. I have to buy another Traxxas charger. I'll probably just buy a cheap one. I don't need the 4S one or the Live. I'll just buy a little thing to check the cells on these little things. So I need 4 AA's for the radio. I might have some in here, might not. I've got a ton of batteries in here. And look at this, I got some Arrma batteries. These come in their Groms Traxxas. They include these, so you don't have to worry about getting batteries. So take notes on that, Traxxas. It would be great if you could start including AA's. I'll even take a pack of your crappy Traxxas ones that you have. I want mine. You know what would be really cool is if like Traxxas and all of them made their run radios rechargeable. Being they have the technology to do it. If they just did that, that would be cool. That would be an awesome thing they could do. Alright guys, let's get this thing outside. Yeah, this doesn't have any telemetry on it, I didn't think so. No tire flex, of course. These tires almost feel belted. They are really stiff. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I don't believe they are, though. But who knows? You never know. Might get surprised once in a while. But I gotta say, guys, Traxxas body is just phenomenal. We're just gonna take this out to the driveway and we're gonna rip it a little bit. We're not gonna be too hard on it today. Just getting its first little run. Let's kill a battery. And yeah, let's just have some fun, guys. So I'll see you on the yard. So guys, first of all, I will suggest, if this is going to be your first RC, that right away, buy a nice charger. You don't have to buy the $200 Traxxas charger, but even if you just buy the single cheap one, I think it's like 60 bucks. It'll go a long way with these batteries. The stock charger they give you is absolutely trash. And I hate that they're doing that now. I wish they would give a little bit better quality charger, like their $40 charger they have. That would even be better. But these little chargers are they're terrible. I'm not a fan of them at all. But I gotta say, guys, this thing is handling great. But you know, if I'm being honest, I've actually thought all the newer mini Traxxas came out have handled pretty good. Definitely handling better than like your 1/16 slash. Arrma's Mojave absolutely handles like crap. It just was not that fun for me. I had tried to do modifications to it, and it helped a little bit, but not a ton. So what do you know? SCT tendencies. Alright guys, it's pretty fun in the rocks. Let's go down to where I have kind of like my little sand pit and let's drive it there. Falls through the sand pretty good, guys. Goes through the long grass actually pretty well too. That was one of the complaints I had about the Groms. I believe we hit LVC. Very good. Let's take it in the house and let's talk a little bit about it. It's warm, but it's not super hot, so I don't believe we hit any heat issues. So I believe that battery's just dead. It probably didn't even charge all the way. So we're going to have to buy an actual Traxxas charger, come back and bash again, but let's take it downstairs and take a look at it and just talk about it a little bit. Overall, guys, that little run was very fun. Did not really have any issues. Nothing broke. We just hit LVC, so low voltage cutoff. Yeah, other than that, no problems. It's running great. It is a little slow to the eye. Keep in mind, this is being sold as a BL2S. I wouldn't suggest buying it and throwing a 3S system right in it without upgrading, as we found out with the Mini Maxx. So those things are just something to kind of keep in mind when you buy this. If you're looking for something super fast, maybe look elsewhere. You can upgrade it. It will cost you a pretty penny. I've got about 550, 600 into my Mini Maxx now, just in extra parts. So kind of keep that in mind when you're buying these. You can buy a lot more for your money. It's the truth. Traxxas did not send me this. I bought this with my own money. These are $289.99. Now I think the value for $289.99 is here. I don't think it's a bad deal for $289.99. Maybe there's some better things in a lot of people's eyes you can buy, but for $289.99 I'll buy one of these. I think it's a ton of fun. I think Traxxas is doing a great job with their new mini vehicles they have coming out. I can't wait to see what's next. I'm hoping Traxxas releasing these is really going to push Arrma to get out that mini Kraton and things that guys have been asking for. It's something they need to do. They haven't done yet, and I know a lot of people want to see it. So hopefully this kind of pushes Arrma to do that, even though they already have an SCT. But I think if Arrma released that mini Grom Kraton, that would be very cool. But yeah, guys, it handled the grass pretty good. It handled rock and dirt pretty good. When we got into sand, we did have some problems. I mean, I can't even fit my hand under here for clearance, but it is an SCT truck. This is going to be more track oriented. I think we're going to see a lot of stock class racing with this one, which would be cool. It would be a cheaper, well, not necessarily a cheaper way to get into it, because I think you can still get Slashes pretty decently cheap, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked at Slash brushed prices in a while, but this would be a good little class to get started. Locally, it'd be fun. Just racing our own minis. Other than that, guys, there's not much else for me to say. We will come back in my next video. I'm going to compare it to the Mini XRT, the Mini Maxx, and we're just going to look at the chassis layouts and things like that. So, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're glad to see I am back a little bit here. I'm glad Traxxas gave me a reason to come back and be excited about it. Not saying that I was leaving or I am ever leaving, but there just wasn't really any content for me to make with what I have. I was still playing with stuff, but you can only upload so many XRT videos and things like that, guys. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you guys are subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Alright, guys, I'll see you later in the next one.